to add the total number of pawns in one break, you touch the break word, then you key in the total number of pawns during the break. So let's say it's 36, 36, and then you add break.
36.
So 36 pawns has been added to the player on the left. So this is pretty convenient. But a lot of you would ask that question. When you add those pawns, the counts at the bottom row will not get updated. And why? Because when I add the total number of pawns in one break, the system has no way to know how many red balls to pot during that break, or what combinations of red balls and color balls to have during that break. There's no way it would know, because there are so many possibilities. So that's why the ball count at the bottom will not get updated, and that may become a problem during the end of the red balls on the table. So when we play up all the red balls on the table, that may be a problem because the ball count isn't correct. So how do we solve that problem? There is a very simple way to do it. So I'm going to tell you one way to do it. Is to manually reduce the ball count to the exact number on the table. So to do that, I'll go back to the break word. So I touch the break word to get this keypad back on. And to reduce the ball count, keep an eye on the bottom left corner where the red ball says 13. So I can actually manually deduct the balls on the system. So right now we have 13. I know you can't really see it because it's pretty fainted, but I'll still do it. You see the remove ball buttons and the add ball buttons at the bottom of the keypad? That's how you manually reduce or increase the ball count. So now let's say we have only 5 red balls on the table. So to get that number right at the bottom, I'll just click the remove ball a few times until that number becomes 5, which are the actual number of red balls left on the table. So I'll click the remove ball once, and that number has been reduced twice. So I keep clicking that remove ball buttons until I see that number next to the red ball becomes 5. Then I can exit the keypad by touching the exit button. So now, if you look at the bottom left corner of the scoreboard, there are only 5 red balls left on the table. So that is now consistent with the actual number of balls on the table. So you only have to do it like once in a while. You don't have to do it after every break. Otherwise, it would defeat the purpose of this convenient feature. But then just to tell you that this is how you manually reduce the ball count, or you can actually increase the ball count if something went wrong, but that's pretty unusual. So anyway, that's basically the operation of the scoreboard. So to finish the second frame, remember how we did it? You go to the pawns word and click the W button to decide on the winner, and to confirm, you click the green ball. But again, I want to tell you a little bit more about this screen here. You will see those little numbers on the bottom under the main score. You see those numbers? Those are the highest break during the frame. So if this person made 2 or 3 highest break that's over 20 points during the frame, they will be recorded here. Same for the other person. But since they only have made 1 break that's over 20 points, so that's why we only see 1 number under each score. So anyway, we'll just finish this frame by touching the green ball button. So now we are 1-all, and we are ready to start the third frame. So again, the best practice would be touching the clock, and in case you want to stop the clock anytime, you touch the clock again, but you will leave it running, at most times. Now finally, I think I'll go to the menu. I'll show you like a couple of features on the menu. So at any point in time you want to go to the main menu, you go to the points word and click the M word. So the M word is right here, and you see there's a list of different functions that you can control or you can adjust. But I'm not going into all the details here, but they're pretty obvious anyway. But I need to tell you how to go up and down the list, because this menu is actually pretty long. It's spanned across 2 pages. So it's pretty important that you know how to go to the bottom of the menu. So what you see here is only a part of the menu. So to go down, you have to click the 2 balls here. The black ball has a down arrow. The yellow ball has an up arrow associated with it. So to go down 1 step on the menu, you click the black ball twice, and keep going down. And to go up 1 step on the menu. So this is pretty much like a television, where you can go up and down the menu and make a selection. And to make a selection, you touch the enter button. And here the only enter button is the green ball. So green ball is the enter. So I touch the green ball, it will go to the confirmation menu. So to cancel this request, I'll just click the green ball once again and go back to the menu. Now I'll show you the next page on the menu. So I just keep going down and down, and now if I keep touching the black ball, it will scroll to the second page of the menu. And here's the very bottom of the menu, and I can go back up again and make a selection. So these choices are pretty obvious, so I won't spend time on explaining what they do. And say you come to the menu by mistake, or you don't want to make any selection, so you want to go back to the scoreboard. With the touch screen, the only way to go back to the scoreboard would be to exit the menu. And where do you find that exit button? It's a bit difficult to see from this camera, but there is an exit button just below the black ball. But this is very fainted, so you don't actually get to see it through this camera. But I'll just touch that exit button, and it will take me back to the scoreboard.